Writing is a fantastic exercise, and the writing that I'm talking about here is not moving your thumbs very quickly on the keyboard or WhatsApp or whatever you're trying to do. There's so many people who pride themselves on typing on the phone. But here, what I'm talking about is writing plain, simple, old school on the paper with your hands. Okay. Now, before I get to writing, here are a few things that happen. Many people say, "Oh, I have got so much clutter in my head. I can't think this through. I have been told that I really need to be a better strategic thinker, or I have been told that I really need to learn how to solve problems better or generate options, etc." What is the relationship of all of these things to writing? You may actually wonder, how are they even related? And here is the simple thing. All these things, whether it was about problem solving or about communication or stress reduction or clarity of your mind or divergent or convergent thinking or better decision making, the exercise, the tool behind that is coming from the brain. And the way to exercise the brain to get to all of these things is really writing. Okay, so pay close attention as I give you a few things that you need to do, and you can expand this repertoire. But look at this. If you really want to get your mind working very well, if you want to enhance your cognitive ability, which means what? Comprehension, being able to reason out, develop a discretion, and have a lot of higher order combination of thinking, which means generating ideas and constructing ideas and putting it out there, eloquently speaking. Here's a simple task that you do: read good literature. And after you read good literature, or you listen to something, some speech or a TED talk, or someone who's motivationally spoken or given a good tip on certain subject, sit down and write a summary, create a mind map. It's a great tool. So if you want your cognitive functioning to improve, listen or read something and come back and write. Create that summary, create that mind map, create a flow chart, create a set of rules or top 10s, do's and don'ts, create a table of contrast, create a table of mapping of then to now, do a SWOT analysis. All of these are great writing exercises. Improves your brain, your reasoning, your logical abilities, your comprehension, your higher order capability to combine and produce results, all of that. Similarly, do you want to be a better communicator? In fact, all of communication is about language and the way language is beautifully architected. So communication is like this beautiful sculpture or a monument that you see. So what does the artist or the architect work with? The stones and the other raw material to create that sculpture or to create that monument or the building. The same way, what you have to do as an architect or a sculptor of your communication is work with words. And one of the best ways to work with words is to write things down. Write down keywords, write down one-liners, write down startling shock and awe statements, write down explanations of what you must say, what you should say, what you could say. See how you are able to put things accurately, in brief, and also completely covering all the topics, which is the ABC: accuracy, brevity, and completeness of what you want to say. So again, if you want to be a great communicator, write things down. Start with scattered bullet points or small ideas, combine them into passages, try permutation and combination, change beginnings, examples, storytelling, all of those methodologies. Again, writing has a great implication. Similarly, if you want to be better at strategic thinking or big picture thinking, or the opposite way, which is you want to be great at detail orientation or attention to relevant details, again, write and see if you're going divergent, if you're looking at multiple options, applying rules of what is strategic in terms of, are you observing, are you making big choices, are you shaping the environment, are you able to maneuver around. So all of that will give you a lot of strategic thinking. Or on the other side, which is about detail orientation or attention to relevant details, see if you're picking up the starting, the build up, the closure of ideas, or if you're saying what are the most critical things in this and not looking at the exhaustive list, which is where relevant thinking comes. Again, writing becomes a great tool for you. Same way, writing becomes absolutely great when you come to things like creative thinking. You could do simple exercises like you could look at saying, okay, describe a tree from the perspective of a person standing on the ground, or describe a tree standing from the perspective of the bird who's looking at the tree, or describe the tree as if you are sitting inside the tree and looking at the entire tree. All of that is going to jog your brain. Or put down an idea and say, what are 5 different ways of looking at this particular idea? So if a problem had to be solved of employee attrition, and if an architect solves this problem, how would he or she? If an engineer solves this problem, how would he or she? If a doctor solves this problem, how would he or she? If a data scientist solves this problem, how would he or she? Write down those, combine that into a beautiful piece of literature, also draw some diagrams, draw some maps, put some tables. Beautiful explanation of it will come out for you. So again, a great example of how writing really helps. So I could go on and on with this, but I'll leave this subject with you now to explore and understand more. Writing is a great tool, and writing is a great faculty, and that faculty is something that we are losing really fast because of all the typing and the phones and the gadgets, etc. I have seen some people doing some wonderful stuff with the stylus on the screen and trying to capture their handwriting, which is a good thing, but there's nothing like writing on sheer paper, drawing and using colors. Do that a lot more, improve the wiring of your brain, get a lot better at almost everything that you do with your life. Write for clarity.